I remember some pre-games with guys in California. If they get a lot of ball, that was almost, it's a block shot, it's not a foul. It may even look ugly.
I don't know if you guys had this terminology before, and I know you guys probably heard it, and I'm just going to say it again. Ball before body is a block. Body before ball is a foul.
Yeah. Yep.
Simple and easy.
Say it again.
Ball before body is a block.
It's a block. You gotta let him go.
That's part of incidental contact, and it says it in the book too. Okay, so if you go out there and I get the ball, Act 1, I can't penalize 2 when Act 1 is already clear. Now, if you're not sure, then you got something different. Most everybody, when they play the shooter, they're wondering why they're getting called for a foul. Nothing to do with the ball. It's your hand on his waist, behind his back. That's the foul being called. Now, summer league, I teach the kids that when they're playing in the summer leagues. I do a lot of explanation. You can't do that. Why? You're falling in front of back. So as they get through the summer, they identify what they can and cannot do. Makes it easier during the season. But that's what I do in the summer. And that's what I do in all the games I do. Whether it's 10-year-olds or 17-year-olds. I'm going to teach the same thing to everybody because you're going to be playing it the same way. The rules doesn't change saying 10-year-olds and 6-year-olds or 17-year-olds. There's only one book. You understand the rules by, unless there's a certain house rule that is in play by a league. Other than that, it's the same thing, no matter what age it is. They always say, well, you gotta call a little bit more. You don't have to call it. You can explain to them at that age to understand. I had a JV assistant coach, and I mentioned to him, I have 4, 5, 6 graders play on my elementary team at a Catholic school. I teach them everything that they can. Every 15 minutes in a practice, I take time to go over situations that's going to come up in the game so that they understand what they can and cannot do. This is a block, this is a hole. And I tell them that. Once you extend, you're subject to be called at any time. Because this is holding. If you can't let the person get around, it's a hold. Legal, illegal. You got the center. And everybody sees this, but sometimes no whistle comes. I'm going to back the center down. Rule is impediment. You cannot impede someone's play, or you cannot displace him from his cylinder. His cylinder is from the floor to the ceiling. And if I'm a defender and I go up and my hands stay up there, you contact me and my hands come down, whose fault? It penalizes the defense all the time. Oh, but your hand came down. Come here. Let me punch you in the chest and tell me where your hand's gonna go if you put it up. You can't penalize the offense or the defense for doing his job. That's his cylinder. He's straight up in the air. He cannot be displaced by the offense. But I swear 8 out of 10 officials will penalize the defense when the offense created the contact, initial play. And I tell the coaches, where's over the back? We don't have that anymore. It was never over the back. Well, what happened? He got displaced. Read the rule. They need to know the terminology that you're using. There's not hand checking. There's no hand checking in the book. But there's impediment. And impediment, if you watch the arm, if he stiffens, he's changed his move. That's the foul. Not just running with him. Tagging is not a foul. Impediment is what the word says in the book. Impediment, changing one direction to create the advantage.
We talk about when the coach asks a question, we've been working on the answer. Short answer is by rule. Roy is our by rule guy. And the first time he did it, he goes, God, it worked. So, hey, by rule, we try to start a discussion with the coach by rule. like you were saying, 2-4, whatever. Keep it simple. Could you talk to us about talking to players, especially in the beginning of the game? Watch your hands straight up.
That's not my pregame. This is my pregame.
No,
Okay?
Okay.
This is my pregame. You guys gonna have fun tonight. Okay? Nobody gets hurt. Put the ball in the hole because I don't want to hear the coaches yelling at you. Okay? And respect one another. If I have a problem with anybody, number 11, number 10, you take care of your teammates. Not the coaches. If I'm gonna go get somebody to get taken care of, I'm finding 10, I'm finding 11. You take care of your player. I ain't gonna use a coach yet. I'm gonna use who's responsible on the floor, the captain. They need to take control of what's going on. They can talk to the coach. What did he say? He's mounting off to the other guy. Any coach knows that he's been giving a chance, pull out 33. You're gonna talk to him. Do you need 33 in the game? Yes. Then you gotta go talk to him. So you're gonna have the opportunity to make the correction or make the change by your captains. And boy, I use the captains. I talk to the coaches about something else, but the players on the floor is being controlled by the captain.
So you wouldn't say, you see a little pushing in the beginning for the rebound, straight up, guys, straight up?
No, get first chance I get, 23. Get a little physical on the backside.
Okay, that's fine.
You know, just say something.
I got you.
You're learning to try to talk them out of as many fouls as they get called. I can only make 5 mistakes, but I still gonna be in the game. They make 5 mistakes, they're out of the game. So we need to talk them out of the 2, 3, or whatever you want to give them, out of creating the next foul. So I talk to them personally. I tell my crew, tell them. So if we're working together, I'm gonna say, anybody you see, handling, take care of it.
We try to start the game under the philosophy of, if the players are behaving and they're going up and down the court, it's a great game. Let's not interrupt the game with a game interrupter or ticky-tack call. You can sense pretty much at the beginning, I think, what's happening.
If I'm reading attitudes or somebody just like that don't want to be there, at some point in the game, and I do. Woo! Everybody get over here. Basketball tonight. Everything else, check it at the door. We're gonna finish this game basketball. All of you gonna finish the game tonight. Okay? Understand me? And then we go. We're gonna go.
But as far as, they use the term game interrupter calls, ticky-tack,
Yeah, well, ticky-tack is taking away the incidental contact.
Yeah. Yeah. If they get by somebody, let it go, that kind of stuff. Just don't interrupt a good game.
The worst thing you can do is help the lazy defense. You know which one I'm talking about. You're at midcourt where there is a reach and a contact, but doesn't interrupt his break to the basket. A lot of guys want to call that little ticky-tack. Why? There was no advantage game. He still got full control going to the hole. I had a game. A1 steals the ball. B2 makes contact. He bumps a little bit enough for him to still go. I think A came across those. How come he didn't call it foul? Josh says he lays up. Boop! Bring the ball back. Going over here. So the other guy goes, what'd you do that for? Oh, A3, this guy said call it. The coach asked me.
That's crazy.
The coach asked me, what was that? He said I missed the fall, so I called it.
No,
Never answered that one again. Never had to worry about it.
I don't know who would do that.
And they all went on A3 situation because they know that he shouldn't have said anything when they had 2 points. So I said, okay, you want to learn the hard way then? Okay, bring it back. Now again, everybody will say, yeah, Louie, you can do that. Not anybody can. Probably that one, yeah. I could do it. But most of the coaches know me. They know I'm gonna give the kids a fair game. I'm gonna let them play. And I'm not gonna take anything away that I don't have to. It's their game. And I always tell them that. This is your game, not mine. I'm here just to facilitate your game. So you don't do anything stupid, I promise I won't do anything stupid. And leave it alone.
End of the game, team's down by 2 or 3, you know, the quote, intentional foul. And Federation, if you're not making a basketball play, they want you to call intentional. How do you know, in college you're watching, they go up and grab a guy, you know, what's the form?
My thing, now I can't say what the books are to say, but my thing,
Yeah.
and my understanding is that if you tell somebody to do something, that's intentional. And I've called that intentional.
Yeah.
They might not like it, then change it. Red, black, something else, but fouling. I think I heard that one. So we're gonna go intentional.
Yeah, so, you know, if the coach do say, make a play on the ball, don't do something stupid, finish the game, you know, finish strong. You got a squirrely game, we talked about where we had to fight. What are some of the things that you see when a game is kind of going a little sideways, whether it's a blowout or rivalry, things that our guys could be, and I call it, get the antlers up.
Red, go to your bench. White, go to your bench. Go to the table. Let them calm down. Let the coaches take care of it. What you got there? Nothing? Oh, that's right. I got nothing to do. So, just to get them to the coaches. Let them think about what's going on. Let them talk about it. Now, if you want to really do something, coach, you talk to them. You got it back in the game. Okay. Now, there might be white. I'm gonna go to red. If you don't have them start playing basketball like they should, I'll take over this team. Read me, understand me what I'm just saying. Your opportunity, talk to them if you want. Change the complex of the game by doing what you need to do to bring it back. You're not taking anything away. You're just making sure nothing happens that you don't want to happen. So talk to them. Give them a short break. Like I did it one night. Okay, go to the bench. What we got? I said, we got timeout. Who's timeout? Mine. You needed one more. So just go. Think about what you got to do. Again, 2-4 is within your powers to do whatever you need to do to keep the game within the game. Attitude, just rough play or whatever it takes. You need to do what you need to do to survive. And if it winds up in a fight, then I hate that. I know it happens, but your job is to make sure it doesn't happen the best that you can.
That's rule 2-3, it's 2-3 in the new book. The
It's
elastic power.
2-3 now?
2-3 now, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's changed one.
We're gonna have to go real quick, but could you comment on 1 and 2 up there, please? I mean, we don't have any place to go, like to go to junior college or college, you know, we're just here, but what are some of the things individuals, especially our new people, could do to become a great high school official?
Okay, let's go number 2 first. Hustling. Just do the best you can. Sell yourself on the hustle. If you gotta look good at that time. Okay, when you can sneak in that little time break that you need, do it. But when it's in your area, you gotta look the best that you can. I'm good at that, knowing when and when not to go. NBA, 1979 camp. Louie, stop being a breakaway runner. Stop being a gazelle. Be a smart runner. Got me? Be a smart runner. You don't have to be a mile, 100-meter dash every time. Be a smart runner. Adjust yourself to the game again. Run when you need to run. Look good when you need to look good. And we gotta look good the best every chance we get. So when we can sneak it in there, it's the time to do it. When there's a break going the other way and you're in the trail and you're behind the plate, that's when you look good, you hustle. the best that you can. Now you don't have to break away all the way to the baseline now. The free throw line is a good place to slow down, read the play as going, and make your adjustment. To the defense, not to the offense. Everything on the breakaway, adjust your play to the defense. He's going to get you in trouble. You know what the offense is going to do, and if he does something that he's not supposed to do, that's an easy. Because you see it. You're already paying attention to the defense. Block charge. Easy call. Watch the defense. Is he stepping forward? They always like to cheat that front step. The big guys in the hole, they always like to cheat that step. Easy call to make. Stop watching here that much. Watch their feet. Legal? Legal. If you're 2 feet here, you're legal to make a step. Sideways or back. Never front. I see that foot move. Easy. Easy. Ray Charles can call that one. Okay. Go back to one. What it takes to become a high school referee. Okay, honestly, you guys know, it's tough being here. There's not enough all the way around. And it hurts because the outside doesn't help enough. They don't. And they need to. I think all the leagues should be working together to give the officials the best chance of learning the game. Okay? Now I feel that whoever comes to Oahu, whether it's the middle of the pack or the top of the pack, you're gonna get what you're gonna give you. There's no ifs or buts about it. I keep pounding nails in those guys that they need to work people so that we get them back. Okay? Whoever works the semifinals and the finals should be possibly going to Oahu for or Big Island for the D2. I don't know if it's still there or not. I don't know. I prefer going to the D2 because I can help officials at the D2. One, everybody thinks they do good already, so stuff to do. But that's part of the game. Same thing I told BIF. Your semifinals and final officials should be respected like anyone else. Same with here. If you can work that big game here, you can work the big game there. And whoever's there needs to know that and trust them. Because if Maui trusted them, you gotta trust them there too. Don't think that Punahou is any better than Lahaina Luna. But you're not giving the referees a chance. Same with Big Island, same thing. They need the chance to work. Okay? Now if you're a first guy to the state, coming from here, yeah, you're gonna probably wind up with maybe a late night game, but you're gonna be in the middle of the pack or the early games. If they tell me to go there, I say, just give me the early games. I don't need anything up there. I've been there, done that. These other guys do. And they do. I'll do my 9 o'clock in the morning game. I'm happy. Because I'm going to give them the best game I can. Same as the guys playing the 8 o'clock game. They probably get a better job down below.
1A and 1B.
Training.
What's your glasses?
No.
I mean, you can't, in my opinion, you can't come to a couple of meetings and expect to be a referee. You gotta put some time.
When I started off, I was 14 years old. Only because I used to keep scoring in the gym. And then one day, the director said, Louie, go upstairs, go get the referee shirt in the closet and the whistle in the drawer. So I brought him down. Said, who are I giving this to? No, you're putting it on, you're gonna referee the game. I said, are you nuts? I'm 14 years old. These guys are my classmates. So I refereed the game. Next week, I'm refereeing a men's league game. Talking about There's this guy named Spragley, Jim Spragley. Spragley was about 6'8", maybe 280. I got picked up and thrown out the gym because I called a foul on him. So I stayed there.
What area you was?
White Power.
Hey, White Power. All right.
Right.
So I'm outside, sitting down thinking, what am I going to do now? Eddie Renor, who was the director, came outside and said, you better get back in the gym. I said, I'm not going back in there. Yeah, you better, because I kicked Spragley out, he's coming around. So I finished the game. Now I had to go home. I had to walk by where they were drinking.
Oh,
But that's at 14. That's when I started. I didn't throw it in. I kept refereeing. I kept doing what I had to do. When I was in the military, I still refereed. I went to the local association just to find out where I can referee. This is my 59th year, and I'm 73 years old. I figure 75 I quit, if the good Lord lets me. So I got 2 more years to teach my younger guys on MAHBO on what they need to do. And I'm gonna worry about the guys that come in, referee, and they move back mainly. Where are they going to? Because I know a lot of commissioners in different areas, I'll call them and tell them this guy's coming up. Take a look at him and tell me what you think. I will help whoever it is going somewhere. I've helped guys that move to Vegas, because I used to referee in Vegas also. And every now and then they call me to go to the Christmas tournaments, but I don't go that anymore. If I go, I don't referee, I just go play games. But I will help the younger guy. I want to help the younger guy. There's a lot of guys that refuse to do that. So if there's anything, if I'm watching a film or anything, first thing I'm looking at is your presence on the floor, how you handle yourself. The mechanics will come. Mechanics will come. Just keep working at it. I remember my long mirror, practice tossing the ball. How do you practice? Find an outdoor gym, outdoor basket with no net, and toss it through. Toss it through the basket. You get your rhythm on how you're gonna let go of the ball. I used to go one hand, not two hand. But I still know, and I tell the younger guys, if you're by a park somewhere, and I know there's no net, so just go practice a little bit. My grandma thought I was nuts when I used to practice my whistle and put my hand up in the air. What is he doing now? Practicing? My practice was different from my uncle and my son. Their practice was punching somebody out. Anything else?
Yeah, well, I guess the point I was trying to make is you gotta put time in and study, watch videos, things like that, use some of the resources we have. I mean, you gotta work a lot of games.
That's a gimme. You gotta do that
Yeah.
somehow.
No,
I watch games. I watch the lazy NBA referees. You know, I watch them. I pick things that they do, and I tell them, ooh, can that help me? Or can that help me? The worst officials out there, well, they ain't no worst officials, will help you with something that you can work with, or you can do. Boom, boom. Everything's a step now with me, because it sells what I'm doing. It makes me look stronger. And that's what I learned from Bob Harrah and Booker Turner. They say, you want to be stronger? Take a step with it, whatever you do. 1,001, whatever way. Okay, 1,001 count, I got the foul. Okay, I got a half, or whatever it is. Just do it. But do it with changing your outlook. We had a guy named Conan, 6'7", slow as a mouse. Well, wait, the mouse faster than him. But he had a horrible presentation. So I told him when I worked with him in the JV game, I told him, oh yeah, and I still do work JV games. I work double hitters. Too much. I told him he needed to change his stance only. When he went to the table, when he stood at the lead, when he was at the trail, he had to change his stance. So we worked on that the whole half. I didn't worry about, we had the game, but I had a secondary vision on where he was, what he was doing, what he looked like when he blew the whistle. So we worked on that just a half. Late in the half, one of the varsity official came in, the other official came in, and halftime went in the room and he goes, Louie, what happened to Conan? I go, what are you talking about? He looks different on the floor, and that's all it was. Him changing, not standing like he shoulders down, but standing where he had to do something to look different on the floor. And that's all it takes, just a little bit of movement of foot, whatever it takes to just change your standing there. When I tried to do baseball, I ended up doing that too. I'm just changing my stance, not just stay there anymore, but change the stance. So I did that. I had a referee in Orange County, great baseball official, lousy basketball official. And I told him that. 2 years later, guess who was at Omaha college baseball? Gene Tesla. I see him maybe a few months after that, running to him. Now he was going to sue me because I took his games away. But that didn't work out for him. But I told him, you're better on the baseball field than you are on the basketball court. You can go to college pretty soon, or maybe to the major league. Just work on your baseball. Last time I knew, he was in Omaha, umpiring college World Series. Do what you want to do. Be happy with what you do. Good, bad, or ugly. And we never miss a call. Okay? We don't miss a call. We might decide not to call it because of something else in the play, but we don't miss a call. Trust me on that one. I never missed a call in 59 years because that's what they told me. I'm not behind your head, looking through your eyes in what you did. No one can. No one has a right to tell you that was a horrible call. They don't have that right. They're not there. They're not behind here looking through my eyes at what you're looking at. They're not making the decision that you made. They're not thinking what you are thinking. They're only watching. When I go observe in the state, that's why I don't observe the state, because I was too formal with that. A lot of things I don't do now because they were afraid of me doing something that would help. But it's okay, life moves on. I still get up in the morning and I have a good day.
I have a question, a mundane question. With number 11, number 13 on our sheet,
Okay, I gotta break up my glasses.
a ball can travel over the top of the backboard, however, a ball cannot travel over the top of the backboard on a shot or something, okay? But it can travel behind the backboard?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
defined.
wait.
That's defined in the book.
I'm
He
not-
can travel behind it without making contact with anything. Before, he couldn't. At one time, the rules stated that he could not pass behind the
Well,
backboard.
that's what I mean, they changed it, and then you go to 13, it says the side, the top, the sides, the top, the bottom of the rectangular backboard are inbounds.
All inbounds.
See, I thought the bottom of the backboard, if it, if somebody spiked a shot and it bounced up high, hit the bottom of the backboard, it was out of bounds. And the same with the top.
No,
No.
all edges are in play.
See,
That's in the rule book.
that's-
If it hits the backboard or the pipes or something like that,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought the top of the backboard and the bottom were out of play.
No, the only problem with the top of the backboard is the shot clock that sits right on the edge, because the ball hits that. But all edges are in play. All edges are in play.
Right. That's,
Guys, I'm
I'm
gonna,
kind of surprised by that. I've been doing it
Hey,
wrong.
thank you.
I hope I helped you a little bit.
I got tickets to the airport, obviously. I need somebody to do the lockup, the door, the gate. And on the building, up where the office is, there's a mail slot to drop these keys in. New guy gets elected.
The paperwork I gave you, everything there is out of the book.
Thank you. Close that window, please.
Everything there is out of the book, so I have no problem giving it out, or you can make copies and give it to somebody else. Like I said, I do a parent clinic and I hand that to them. Because that's where I got it from. The questions they gave, I went to get the answers.
Take 5 minutes before, after I leave, just talk about what you learned, you know, you got